we are today in central London. As you can see behind me, we've got the famous Shard, and all the way back there is London Bridge Station. I can see all the rat race running, all going to work just like I am now. So we've got a little extra socket to fit in, and yeah, that's about it. I'm going to show you how it is. Enjoy. Put a socket over here, so I'm hoping that I can lift these tiles up along the floor, and then basically you see this cable here. We're going to come up and we're going to plonk into that box there, and then with a little bit of luck, if we go through here, this is going to go into the back of the fuse board. We're going to connect in there, and that should do the job. Start off first, see if I can get some of these tiles up using my socket. That's good. These are really good actually, because you can use them on, you know, your floor tiles in offices or whatever. But as you saw, that lifted that up quite heavily. They're good for magnetic ones. It's got a magnetic thing or a sucker, but yeah, because if you don't, otherwise you're just going to chip these tiles. So anyway, that's up, which is good. I'm going to plonk that over here a second. And then basically, let me get the camera there. You can see we've got a little bit of where the cables are and stuff. So what I might do now, actually thinking about it, is I think I'm actually going to bring the cable down to here, and then just do a junction underneath here, put a whisker box or something. That saves having to go into the fuse board there, and then hopefully the circuits have got the space to allow me to yeah, the capacity for this socket. It's not powerful, it's just for a dehumidifier, so it's not going to be too juicy. So change of plan. Basically, originally what I was going to do, I was actually going to run a new cable directly into the fuse board via the junction box down here, come down here, but that's actually more work than I need to do. I've just seen that these two cables come down here. This cable here hasn't got any power on, it's been disconnected in the board. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it and then do an IR test on it, just to make sure that it's still healthy. If it's healthy, the other part of it that's not being used anymore, I'm going to put a junction box on there, and then we can then run the cable along over to this section that I've now made up, and that's where we can mount our socket. So just trying to minimize on time, but that's NYY cable. We're going to use the same, so it's all going to be protected underneath here, and yeah, that'll get me up to where I need to be. That I was talking about, it's been left off. I'm going to get my Mega on there and just double check that, but I basically turned the whole board off, and then I cut the cable. I'll show you what I'm left with. So I've just got these two bits now which have been stripped back. So like I say, whisker box on here, connect up here, safely isolate this one so it can't be used again, and then put that underneath the floor, and then we're going to run the cable over here, over here, and over here, and that's it done. So that saved me a little bit of time, because initially, like I said, I was going to put it in there. So yeah, sometimes you've got to do that. I've got to try and find the quickest way. Live to earth test. Yeah, clear as a day. Sorry, that was actually live to neutral. Let's go on to the earth. The earth, God, I'm all over the shop today. Line to CPC. So now I've at least made this safe. These little whisker boxes are pucker for this little joint, you see. Don't know how long they've been out for. I've been out for a little while now, but I tend to use them quite a lot. And I like to use them on the NY cable. You've got to get a slightly bigger hole for these ones. You know, your standard, I call them PT glands, combustion glands, whatever you want to call them. They normally have like I think it's like a 7 to 11 mil hole or something like that. So with this is 4 mil NY, it's never going to work. So you need to go to a certain wholesaler and get a big one. I think it's 11 to 14 mil hole, and it's perfect for those. Just enough in there to get a nice grip on that cable. Where's my little compression glands? Lovely. And then these, the old Nipex strippers. So I have, when did I get these? Got them a few months ago, but it's absolutely perfect for these cables. You've got to be a little bit careful though. Gets a good cut there, but on this second one you've got to be a bit more gentle, because if you get a bit too carried away, it will sort of ream into the cable there. So you've got to be really, really careful with that. So that's all the tools are like that, I suppose, that you use those ones. You've got to be, you know, I think they call them Jacori tools, you know, those ones as well, if that's the right pronunciation. But anyway, I digress. So that's my little cable there. It's nice. I mean, this area is undercover, so we don't really need to be worrying too much about this area getting too damp. Flooded or anything like that. So this whisker box, absolutely brilliant anyway, so I don't need to worry. Let's have a little look here. And next up, the old trusty Klein strippers. Not sure what you guys use, but I like to use this one. I think I saw RJ Davis mention these, so I went and bought myself a set. I'm certainly no different than anybody else. I watched, you know, YouTube, Instagram, watch all the other Sparkies, and if anyone's got like a good idea, something that is a tool that I've not seen before, then yeah, just jump on it and get it straight away. Do you know what I mean? Because if it's going to help you sort of speed up your time for work output, that's what it's all about, right? I think sometimes when you buy cheap, you get a cheap comeback. Do you know what I mean? And so sometimes you've got to spend a bit more. I mean, they're not the cheapest, those Klein ones, to be fair, but they just feel quality, and they just, every single time you get a really nice cut. So I cannot, you know, recommend them anymore. Do you know what I mean? They're really good. So these little bad boys going on there, like so. So if anybody's wondering, these are the Whisker 206s. Absolutely brilliant bit to have a little bit of kit. I mean, Whisker is just, it's just a premium product. You know, you go to Screwfix or Rexel or Newies and you get some of their brands and they're all right, but these ones are just absolutely mint, but you pay for it. Anyway, so that's that joint done now. We're gonna sort this one out, put that away, and then we're going to move on to putting the socket on. So all done now, put the cover back on, all the floors on, and there we go, a little bad boy socket that they can use to plug in for whatever they want in the future.
That's the thing with Central London, working as a commercial sparky, mainly doing maintenance work for myself anyway, in my little company. What we tend to do is obviously, whether it be fault finding, whether it be call outs, planned, emergency lighting, etc. But little jobs like this, sometimes for big companies they don't want to do that. So we're more than happy to come in and get involved and help these bigger companies, the restaurants, the gyms, the hotels, whatever it may be, to get where they need to be. So this is what we do, and hopefully you got a little bit from that, and I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more in the future. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe.